There we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes of all teenagers. Hello. Hello, here we are. Here we are. Okay. I'm very late to the party. Much later than I wanted to be. But let's go ahead and continue. Let's go ahead and continue. Yeah, it's been a long day. Me trying to actually jump back into the swing of things. Get my my schedule back on track with everything that I, well, lost track of time and missed my schedule for this. Which is fun as always, you know? Fun as always. Anyway, we go ahead and finish putting out our notifications now that we're ready. And then we will go ahead and switch on over to the game itself. I know it looks like it's a black screen. That's just because my mouse is not currently clicked onto the game. Give me a second. Finishing with our stuff here. Almost done. There we go. And alright, switch back. There we go. Wonderful. Wonderful. Look at that. All right. So the cough is mostly gone, whereas yesterday it was still very prevalent. It is mostly gone today. And to pick up where we left off, yesterday, instead of the officers' quarters, we went ahead and built the perishables storage as well as the greenhouse that has a bunch of super useful plants that are particularly important for our farm here, because we don't have a whole lot of open land to build things on. And I wanted to use this. Wanted to go ahead and use this. Yeah, I know. I need to close the doors. What I needed. Okay, never mind. I'll let the door close on its own. Anyway. This is the greenhouse here. Super useful. As I said, we don't have a whole lot of open arable land in this settlement to go ahead and actually use as farmland. And even though logically, with the Pridwin right here, we probably shouldn't need water and food resources here. It's nice to have just in case, and it fits into the larger goal I have for this project. And then after we finished with the perishables storage and the greenhouse, we went ahead and went into the terminal here at the Boston Airport to go ahead and start building some of these shops on the second floor. So as I was talking about yesterday, my goal for the Boston Airport is to be both an embassy, as the sign on the outside says, as well as an actual location that you would have for a travel agency. Why does this matter? Because sorry. Oh, geez, I keep hitting my head on the mic stand here. I don't know why. Kind of stupid, but anyway, as I was saying, the reason we have a bunch of shops in here is that this is not just an embassy. The embassy would be on the first floor, but here on the second floor, this will be a whole bunch of shops for visitors, of course, as well as essentially just a waiting area for transportation to and from the capital Wasteland, with the Brotherhood essentially owning the whole capital Wasteland, thanks to Project Purity, and of course their home base of the Citadel. They kind of control travel between those two locations. So the best place ever to go ahead and set up a travel agency would be their base here in the Commonwealth. So this is what we did yesterday. We don't have a name for the restaurant yet, but I would be more than happy to get a name from any of you watching, either live or on the VOD. Go ahead and just, if you are on the VOD, go ahead and just comment the name of this little stall here for your suggestion for a nice little pop-up restaurant inside of a inside of a terminal here at the airport. We're going to be building a few more of these, not restaurants. We're going to be building a few more shops today, so we'll see how that goes. Got another one of my protein shakes that I have to get used to the flavor again. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly peanut butter and bananas in terms of actual flavor, but it's very grainy because there's like 6 different protein powders and vitamin mixes in here, as I'm still trying to get rid of the mucus. The mucus buildup from being sick. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun when you have to stop being sick, you know? So yeah, this bottom floor here, this is the embassy, where I'm gonna put a bunch of essentially pro union between Capital Wasteland and Commonwealth stuff in here, as well as a bunch of actual, you know, important things that an embassy needs. We'll get to that at a different time, but we're mostly focusing here on the second floor. What I do love about the rebuilt Boston Airport, which is one of the mods that's in the description of each of the VODs here. What I do love about the rebuilt Boston Airport is that all of these carpets section out perfectly for me without me having to do it myself. All the different kinds of space that we'll be using here for the shops and everything. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to place it myself. It's very nice. It's really, really nice not having to worry about that. Okay. Let's go ahead and figure out how many wall pieces we can put together per row for these sections here. Yes, if we can get that figured out, that will be very helpful when it comes to sectioning out the different shops. Let's get to work on that. There we go. And into the build menu, which should take no more than about 30 seconds, according to the one we did it yesterday, which is nice. I don't like that it's 2 minutes, like it was for Jamaica Plain. All right, nice. All right, we want shell kit, and we want the walls. We want the interior walls. Awesome. We're gonna just work with these clean ones, at least as our standard. All right, now if I were to go like this. All right, 4 and a half, we'll say. We'll say 4.5 is the most that we could place for this zone. That's okay. Ooh, actually, what that gives me the idea for here, this might be pretty good, actually. We can go like this. Now, this center section, this half wide, I will turn that to a bathroom. You might be thinking, why the hell would you do that? Well, you know, people do need to use the restroom while they're here waiting. It's kind of a big deal, being able to use the restroom and all. Right, I forgot. We've got the, we've essentially got to play, I actually forget what the game is called, never mind. What I'm trying to say is we need to shuffle these pieces around in order to actually get everything lined up the way we want it to, which it definitely feels a bit odd. But, you know, if that's how it works, then that's how it works. Ah, come on. There we go. Alright, so here's how I want to do this. We're going to go up another half block in height. I keep saying half block when I refer to these. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft in my downtime while I've been waiting for things to render, because it takes so little actual resources to run the game. Probably should. Yeah, I will. Here's what I'll do. Here's how I'll do this. Okay, come on. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. There we go. No, I really don't need to. I really don't. When I close this all up, it's going to be a very small bathroom space anyway. It's not... yeah, it's not really helped by having that extra height there, so... not gonna mess with that too much. Okay. This is the general look for the stalls that we're going for. Part of me wonders whether or not I should build the stalls on the other side before we continue or not. But that depends on how much space does that take up. And then we go like this. Okay. I would prefer that not to be a problem. But what I prefer clearly is not what's going to happen here. Alright, that is about as close to on point as I will be able to get it. I'll go with you. Continue down this side. Ah, yes, of course. Hmm. All right, let's see. There we go. Now, come on, we're so close. There we go. Okay. We got those. Wonderful. Attach these top sections. Now, do we need all of these shop stalls? Probably not, realistically, but we can decorate a bunch of them, and if we have duplicates, then we have duplicates. Oh well. Oh, there we go. Ugh. Okay. Go ahead and place these guys. And as much as we could place the outer corners, I don't know if we necessarily need to. It only really makes sense here because these are going to be closed off. Yeah, I don't know. Now, I would like to place a floor inside of these. I imagine it's not going to go over too well, but I would like to see how poorly that goes over. Okay, so what does that look like down here? Ah. Okay, never mind then. I guess I won't do that. I mean, I guess that's kind of what we expected in the first place. Oh well. Still got plenty of stalls here, and then on the other sides of these, where we've got all of the seating while people are waiting here, we can put a bunch of screens up here, or some kind of information to let people know how and or when their transportation arrives, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and put in the corners. Perfect. All right. Wonderful. I imagine we have no need for that back here. I mean, it's not a perfect fit, but that's okay. That's okay. If it were a perfect fit, we probably wouldn't be able to decorate the inside of the wall without it, you know, glitching and having all kinds of other issues for us, so oh well. All right. For these individual bathroom stalls, because these are definitely our first priority, how do we want to work on these? Oh, that would work. No, but that would only work for the back section. Never mind. Never mind. I had an idea, and the idea was initially okay, and then it ended up not being okay. Okay, yeah, for these stalls, we'll have just one of them be the men's room, one of them be the ladies, and we'll go from there. Can't believe we're already half an hour in. Doesn't feel like I've done a whole lot. I mean, I guess I have. I have no grid to work off of with these, and I've got nothing to snap them to. I guess this is what it's like. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, I would... So one thing I would have done is I would have gone ahead and put doors in the back sections of these, and put a half wall piece, a half tall piece rather, a half tall piece like this, and sunk it into the floor. However, if I were to do that, it would definitely show through into the bottom section. It'd be like, what the hell's this doing here? What is this supposed to be? Yada yada yada. Wouldn't have really worked so well. So I'm not really gonna do that as much as I would have liked to. Probably not the best idea. Okay, let's work on the bathrooms first. Our classic move of building out bathrooms before we do anything else. That's right, I don't need to worry about windows. Oh, that's nice. I would like to know, can I still snap the floor covers on anywhere? No? Like, it wants to snap, but is it because it's like in the floor here that it won't? Ah, okay. Interesting. Okay, well, I will go and grab the tile one instead then. Wonderful. There we go. Time and weather is good. We'll go ahead and put in this floor piece next then. If it really is as simple as it needs to snap to the walls, not the floor itself necessarily. Or rather that it can snap to either. That's pretty nice. Okay. Then, yeah, now we'll do the wallpapers. Shared interior, half walls. I'm gonna go all the way over to our standard bathroom layout, which is the wide metal tiles, yeah. Go for those two. We go for the door interior, of course. Which is probably going to be a joy to work with. Yeah, okay. Wonderful. Now for the full walls. Alright, wonderful. It's going to be a tight squeeze, but we have definitely built worse bathrooms than this. Significantly worse bathrooms than this. So let's go ahead and get to work on that. We'll start with our toilets. Grab the same guy over here, of course. All right, great. Wonderful. Okay, so the door will swing in. Ooh. I think I want this on the other side then, if the door's gonna swing in to the left. Yeah, the door will swing in to the left. The sink will be on this side, mirror, toilet. Okay. Yep, we'll do that then. All right, awesome. That works a lot nicer. Now this is a very precarious position to put myself in, but kind of necessary. Aw, man. Alright. With such a narrow space, I kind of need the height advantage so that I can see where I'm placing this object, because it doesn't like to attach, like it doesn't like when I pick it up right where I click on it from for no reason. Hey, Bulldozer Man 185. How's it going? How's it going? Thanks for the compliment. This, however, is not a home. I'm building inside of the terminal here at the Boston airport. Building a whole bunch of stalls, you know, for shops and stuff, and well, they need bathrooms as well. So I'm building those out. Was spawned because of an idea yesterday while we were decorating a stall that's behind this section over there. You can see a little bit of it. It's a big restaurant over there. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, defenses are a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. I think that's pretty good. Let's go for soap. And the clean hand towel. Alright, wonderful. We'll come over here, build the same thing. That's better. Nice. We want a nice low sink. That way people don't have a whole lot of trouble reaching the thing. And then there. And then go for the soap tray. A hand towel. There we go. That's about the right height. Wonderful. Very simple restrooms. There's nothing that you would think that's different between these two, but I'll make sure to put a sign on them that's like, hey, this is the men's and this is the ladies, all that kind of stuff. And let's go ahead and put in a ceiling for this now. I'm gonna go snappy builds. Come on, load in. There we go. Nope. Shell kit. We want roof pieces, flat roofs, and we want this guy. Yeah. All right. Let's get those lights. Grab the other one before we start placing the covers over them. Alright, that's about as on point as I'll be able to get it. Now we go like this. Disable. Enable. Mod pause Z27 so that the light bulb and the cover light are not, you know, they don't look like they're phasing into each other. And then 0. Wonderful. Now it's got extra light in the space, and the cover light actually looks good for the space. Wonderful. Let's see. Your towns have heavily armored Minutemen guards and heavy laser turrets, but for the longest time. But all right. It is nice to, you know, kit your Minutemen out as best you can. Alright, sorry there. Getting over being sick. Have to sneeze out a lot of mucus. I got the War of the Wasteland mod going. I haven't heard of that one. That's interesting. Belt upgrades were needed. All your guards are wearing heavy combat armor, of course. Fully modded assault carbines, nice. Frag grenades, turrets have been upgraded to heavy enclave turrets. Alright, cool. Interesting. Helps to establish these places as safe zones where I can hopefully find some relief from the dozens of randomly spawning factions. Yeah, no, I understand that. I definitely understand that. It seems like you're probably a little bit newer to some of the stuff that I do here. I'm going settlement by settlement, designing them all to fit within the grander lore that I'm slowly building up for my Fallout settlements here. And because in my game the Brotherhood, Minutemen, and the Railroad all survived the after the Institute, I'm you know, building little places for each of them. So right now we're working on the Brotherhood one. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean doors. That's what we need now. We need some doors. So we'll go doors. We want the auto closing. Alright, it's got to be this one because this is the only one where the hinge is on the right side. Go for that, and then we'll go ahead and place the signs. Decorations. Signs informational. Sure. Ladies' room and men's room. There we go, that looks about right. Or the Wasteland is not for the faint of heart. Every faction, raider gang, and even the various monsters, they all randomly spawn all over the place and start tearing each other apart. That is pretty interesting. That is very, very interesting. Yeah, I like the idea of those mods, you know, challenge mods in general that just make things a lot more dangerous. I really like the idea, but I feel like they don't really... Well, okay, they probably fit in well with Bethesda's idea for what Fallout should be, but I feel like they don't make a whole lot of sense given what we do know about the Fallout world. And I guess this could be said for Bethesda as a whole right now. I feel like Bethesda has kind of lost sight of what Fallout is supposed to be. If it's been 200 years since a nuclear war, I don't understand why rad storms are still around. I know that Bethesda uses the excuse of, well, radiation works differently in our world than it does in the real world, blah, 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 blah. But still, every time that Bethesda has gone ahead and produced, and I don't mean released, I mean actually had an active hand in the production of a Fallout game. Hold on. They are obsessed with the idea that the world is perpetually in a nuclear wasteland. They don't like the idea of any like actual progress happening. I don't know why. It's kind of just a bit annoying, really. So I feel like those kinds of mods, at least of course for my own play, you know, you do whatever you want. It's your copy of the game, not mine. I feel like those kinds of mods play into that whole the world is always a wasteland and it's always going to be terrible kind of scenario. It's just I don't know, it's a weird idea. That's not really the original vision for Fallout, you know? The original vision is, well, yeah, your character exists in a portion of the wasteland that is still largely devastated, but it's not always going to stay this way. It's not going to be this way forever. I mean, the first two games show us plenty of that. They show us towns that are coming together and building up, and then how those towns actually prosper. They don't just stay, you know, stay little metal shacks and all this kind of stuff. They actually improve things. They actually improve the land around them as well as themselves. And Bethesda steps in and they and they have an obsession with the aesthetic of a wasteland more so than actually telling a story. I don't know. I've had this conversation like 300 times on these streams. I don't need to do it again. Don't really need to. Top of that, I got more mods active that add 4 new raider gangs and replace feral ghouls with much more lethal zombies. Well, that's cool. Definitely helps to know your towns are safe and provide you places to heal up and restock. Cool. I imagine, well, I'm going to ask instead, do you play this in survival mode? Because this sounds like a pretty solid survival playthrough. Done a good job of putting the Commonwealth back together in my game. Even with the war going on, soldiers are easily capable of fending them off. That's cool. Supply lines, nice. Road patrols. Alright, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I like the idea of that for sure. I like the idea of something like a War of the Wasteland. I feel like Bethesda has kind of shot themselves in the foot by saying it's been 200 years since the nuclear war. I feel like that's where the difficulty comes in. It's been 200 years, really? 200 years and people still haven't been able to figure out how to, I don't know, get rid of feral ghouls or something. They haven't figured out how to power their structures continuously. It's a weird decision to specifically have all of the Fallout games set, all of the Bethesda games at least, set 200 years after the nuclear war. Except, of course, I know Fallout 76. I get that, but Fallout 76 doesn't really count in my mind as a Fallout game, with the way that they have turned that into the microtransaction utopia that is the Appalachians. And even according to Bethesda, nothing that happens in Fallout 76 should be considered heavily canon. So there's that too. Alright, with these stalls, we're going to need to build a few shops here. So what do I need for each of these shops? What I need is I will need counter space, and I will need some cash registers. So how did I set up the cash register here? That's right. That's right. The register is going to be on the left side. So like if you're facing out towards the people, the cash register there, and then the NPC stands there. So the cash register, well, as I'm building it, needs to be on the right side. All right, cool. That's easy enough to do. I just needed to make sure I knew which side was which. Alright, here's how I think we're gonna do this. We're gonna have furniture, surfaces, counters, and cabinets. I'm gonna go with these guys, because these guys actually can snap together. Yup. Alright. Go ahead and actually get you lined up properly. Let's see. Yeah, nice, okay. Go out by... Go out there just so we can attach these guys together. Alright, that works well. Yep, we'll put the cash register on the edge here. Give each of the NPCs plenty of space for them to go ahead and actually stand behind their counter, of course. Let's see. Actually makes sense that the Brotherhood is hostile. Oh, man, I have missed a lot of messages here. Let me go ahead and read these. Feel this strikes a good balance. Yeah. Makes sense that the Brotherhood is hostile against you. You fought with the Enclave multiple times, took their tech, including the turrets and power armor, and given them to your people. No way in hell. Brotherhood would just stand by and let you play with the tech that rivals their own. At first you just nuked the Brotherhood out of existence, but now it makes more sense that they would be hostile to you. Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. All right, beautiful. Beautiful. I don't know what the names for any of these stores are going to be yet, but we can figure that out later. We can figure all that out later. All right, let's go ahead and set up those on this side as well. And then we'll get to work. Yeah. All right, so first, you start with just one of these guys. Then we want to bring you as close as we can. All right, cool. Then go out by 100. Hold on to you. Hold on to you. Oh, come on. There we go. And hold on to you. Then we'll place you back. Wonderful. Archaganon said the Enclave Tech is That's true. He did say that, but I mean, he was specifically talking about the Brotherhood of the West Coast, which is the Origin Point Brotherhood. Absolutely, of course, they're the first Brotherhood. But when he's talking about the Brotherhood, he's talking about the Brotherhood during the time of New Vegas, which is a group that has been severely whittled down and that is explicitly stuck in the Hidden Valley bunker. They're not like a particularly massive. They're not a particularly massive or powerful military force like the East Coast Brotherhood ended up being, according to Bethesda. So I get the logic, and I would generally agree with you. But I think the context of that being specifically the West Coast Brotherhood that Archaganon is talking about, because that is who he would have context for. That's the part of the Wasteland that he grew up in. Makes the most sense. Because, like, remember, the East Coast Brotherhood with Bethesda in charge owns the Pentagon, and destroyed in comparison extremely easily. Destroyed twice the Enclave, both in the base game and in the Steel Rain DLC, without really any trouble. The East Coast Enclave had plasma rifles. They had I mean, I'm forgetting what they called their power armor. I don't remember. Did they call it XO1 power armor in Fallout 3? I know it's the X series power armor. No, they didn't. They had Hellfire, and they had one other name that they used for their power armor in Fallout 3. I forget. But yeah, like, we know now that in the context of Fallout 4, they had XO1 and their Hellfire power armors. But like the East Coast, I think the East Coast Brotherhood is a little bit more of a military fantasy sort of group for Bethesda than strictly the Brotherhood of classic Fallout. And largely, again, they own the Pentagon and have twice implemented this massive metal monstrosity to throw tactical nukes at people. So, I don't know. I feel like Arcade Ganon's statements only apply to the West Coast. I think that just works out a lot better that way. It's very difficult for me to quantify the both as the same thing, which can be annoying, of course, because like I would like there to be a bit of consistency with these things. I'd like there to be things that you can say universally that apply throughout all of the games that actually mean something. I don't mean just, like, ooh, well, all of the games, they say war never changes. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. That's clearly not what I mean. I mean that the lore itself is consistent from game to game. I would like that. But Bethesda's not super interested in that. Emil Pagliarulo, head writer for most Bethesda things in the last 15 years, has been very clear about the fact that he is not super interested in adhering to stories that were told 30 years ago. And I'm thinking, the stories told 30 years ago are the only reason you have the Fallout franchise to begin with. So that's kind of stupid. Like that's just an extremely arrogant thing to say. I don't know why you would ever take that position on something. But yeah, it gets kind of difficult. Like the aesthetics of things, I like the look of it. I like the look of Fallout 4's power armors more so than I do the old power armors, absolutely. But they also, because they wanted to gamify power armor, they decided that the power cells are extremely temporary, and they changed what the power cells were to fusion cores instead of their own separate thing. All in an effort to gamify a mechanic that did not need gamification, because they wanted to give you a power armor as early as they possibly could in the game, which is just kind of like, wow, you really, like that says a lot about the focus that Bethesda has in their games as a whole. They care so much more about how each individual game makes you feel when you start playing it than about how the games together work cohesively. Or any of their media, for that matter. The Fallout show does horrendous things to the Fallout franchise. But that is a conversation I don't have much energy for right now, because I've had it like 6 times. Soldiers in the assault carbine shred through power armor so fast, can't tell. Yeah, Fallout 4's power armor is a lot flimsier. Again, they wanted to gamify power armor. I like the aesthetic of it, but I don't think that it functions any better. Destroy a piece of power armor in seconds. Yeah. Yes, there is a red carpet on the blue carpet here. That's because there's no carpet that connects the two, and I didn't place it here. But that's exactly the issue that I have with power armor in this game, is that they make it seem like it's this extremely important thing. They tell you, even in your first few moments in the game, if you let Bethesda hold your hand for the first 2 hours of the game, you will get a suit of power armor within 45 minutes. And you will be around locations that can give you several different pieces of power armor within those first 2 hours. But if you just let Bethesda handhold you, they will lead you to one of what was previously one of the most important pieces of armor that you could wear in a Fallout game, and that actually meant something at some point. So it's really annoying that they continue to treat what has historically been a very important piece of technology in their games, that they continue to treat it like crap. It gets really annoying to have to work with, because yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not playing with probably half of the mods that you are. But yeah, it is maybe 3 shots with my best rifle to go ahead and break a piece of power armor. If the person wearing the armor is not dead by then, it's absurd. It's really, really annoying, and it shouldn't be that way. Power armor, I mean, if you look at the let's go and look at a player model for it. I'm in no rush on these things. Let's look at a player model for it. If you look at the player model for a piece of power armor here we go. We'll go with this one. You look at the player model for how thick the steel is on these pieces of power armor. There is really no reason that they should be easy to shred with anything except the largest caliber rifles and firearms that the Brotherhood has access to. There's really no way this should be an easy thing to take down. But the moment that you unlock even middle level gun modding, like even mid-tier gun modding, they just become tin cans. It's really dumb. It's really dumb, and it doesn't change dependent on, oh, well, this is a better set of power armor. They've got different damage thresholds, and they've got different durabilities, but that durability and damage threshold doesn't really have a whole lot to do with how easy it is to shred through them with even mid-tier gun mods. It's kind of annoying. Either don't include power armor, or don't treat your power armor like it's nothing, because every other Fallout game and all of the accompanying lore would say it's kind of a very important piece of technology. Otherwise, why would you spend the resources to maintain it? Better off going light armor and sneaking around rather than going all John Rambo on the power armor. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's another thing with Fallout 4. You don't have to plan out the way that you're going to grow your character, because there's no upper level limit cap and there's no perk cap. So you can just go and collect all the perks, which means regardless of what style of combat you want your character to specialize in, it's eventually all going, so it starts out as a straight road with your special stats, and then it branches off into all these specializations, and then it all converges back into a single branch, because realistically, at the upper level of all these things, you find that there's basically just one most useful way of going about any combat, and that ends up being just sneaking around and using your weapons that you've properly modded, which is kind of stupid. There used to be a good reason to go for gunslinger, or for some of the automatic weapon mods. or rather automatic weapon specialties. Like in all other previous Fallout games, there was a reason why you spec'd into the specific version that you went ahead and started with. Absolutely, it peaked with New Vegas, 100%. Character creation peaked with New Vegas when it comes to Fallout. It really did peak that way. I mean, obviously, you know, you could like put console commands in and just cheat your way to getting all of the perks, but that, one, takes the fun out of it, and two, you'll still find that there's like that you have you'll find that you have a specific way that you tend to go about things. For instance, when I play New Vegas, my favorite way to play is I go very cowboy. So I go small guns and small guns, high decks, not decks. High agility, rather. There we go. Small guns, high agility, and high perception is kind of the focus of that. And then, of course, there's a reason that there's a charisma stat in New Vegas. There's no reason to have a charisma stat in Fallout 4, except that you have difficult conversation choices are just automatic 100% if you have a high charisma stat, which is just, again, dumb, and there's no story reason to do so. You don't actually gain anything from it. It doesn't change the scope or the shape of the story in any way. It's just a little character interaction here or there. Charisma stat in New Vegas actually meant something. You actually could reshape the way that quests were going to go because of how you interacted with the dialogue of each character. It was kind of important. Okay, let's see. We are an hour and 16 into this thing. All right. We are going a bit slower than I'm definitely moving slower when it comes to building this than I thought I would, but the actual stream seems to be going a bit slower than I thought it would, which is a good thing. It gives me more time to work on everything. All right, we're going to go SOE. We want lights. We want wall lights. Grab some of these guys, yeah. Just for the aesthetic qualities. Then I'll readjust the heights as I need to for them, because I definitely will need to. Not just charisma, your individual skills matter for absolutely. Absolutely. No, absolutely. Charisma's, just the easy one to go for, but you're right. If you don't have a specialty, like if you don't have specialization in the individual kinds of tasks, so much of the story and the quests of Fallout 4, of Fallout New Vegas, change dramatically. The powder gangers actually can feel like a threat if you don't have access to Easy Pete's explosives, and like so many of the great quests. I'm thinking the which NCR camp was it where they have a whole bunch of different side quests around the camp. That's not descriptive, I know, but there's one specific one that's that the camp medic needs your help actually helping with the patient. So it's like, hey, check these guys out. Let me know. You know, figure out what their problem is, and you know, help them. If you have higher medicine stats. Well, Bitter Springs is one of them, yes, but I'm thinking of and Bitter Springs absolutely. So Bitter Springs, man, so many. All of Fallout New Vegas has great quests. I could probably just stream Fallout New Vegas and be happy with that. But I did commit to building all the settlements here. I did do that. No, but Bitter Springs is where you have to give medical supplies and books about psychology to the medic, the camp medic there. There's a different one. There's a different camp. The camp I'm thinking of is the same one where you receive the quest to go to each of the other ranger camps and give them new communication codes, because they've had some of their communications disrupted, or there's like concerns about a spy or something. Yeah, this is in the camp I'm thinking of. There's another quest from the medic that's, hey, someone has been stealing from my chem stash that is extremely necessary to provide pain relief during surgery to the to my patients here. Man, why can't I remember the name of the camp? Oh man, it will jump out to me the moment that someone says it. It'll be like, yes, absolutely, that one right there. But I can't think of it right now. All right, we want to go back here. We're gonna place our cover lights. Wonderful. Yeah, I mean, it definitely could be a future stream. It definitely could. Man, that would be... That's planning like probably close to a year out of the way at this point. With all of the things I have to do for all these different settlements. Oof. And one more. Wonderful. That certainly brightens up the space. Now, what are each of these stalls going to be? We could use a... Okay, let's contextualize this. Let's go ahead and actually make it make sense. Here's what we're going to do. So, this is an airport terminal. The bottom floor is going to be the embassy space between the capital Wasteland and the Commonwealth. That will be decorated at a separate time, but this up here is the is essentially a transport hub. because if the Brotherhood are the ones that essentially own the capital Wasteland, which is canon because Project Purity went through, therefore the main game of Fallout 3, the water was purified, the Enclave didn't survive, and then the Steel Rain happened, which means the Enclave were completely driven out. So they essentially own, or at least are the only major power in the capital Wasteland. So they would be able to control travel in between those two very easy, especially from Boston Airport, which is their home base in the Commonwealth. So, what do each of these need? We can go for a generic trade vendor, of course. A clothing store would be nice. The one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to set up a weapons store here at an embassy building. That seems, I don't know, that seems a little irresponsible. Seems a little irresponsible to set up a weapon shop at an embassy building. You know? Probably not the best idea. Probably not the best idea. And you're right, it does feel pretty nice to put the world back together. It really does. That's part of why I like the settlement building itself. Okay, so we could go for a trade stall, or a couple of trade stalls, clothing stores. Now, let's see, what do we have here for the stores? Trade, armor, weapons, restaurant, clinic, and clothing. So we could go clothing, we can go trade. We'll need at least one clinic, of course, but that'll be somewhere else. That's going to be like its own dedicated building itself. That'll be somewhere here at the embassy. Yeah, we could do an armor store, just not a weapons store. I'm not going to sell weapons at an embassy building. That seems rather irresponsible of me. Rather irresponsible of me. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. The vendors, because I love the cash register ones. We'll have the armor and the clothing opposite each other. So we'll go armor over here. We got our clothing. Yeah, I want to give as much space as I can to whoever's going to be running these. Now, they're going to have a shared inventory, of course, but the functionality of it isn't the goal here. Well, the goal here is the design for it all as a whole. The functionality, you know, it will work. It's just going to be secondary. It's not a bother to me that they're going to have a shared inventory space. Okay, clothing shop, armor shops. We'll put the trader up here. Yeah, trading emporiums. Put these guys. right, and then... You know what? Okay, we could put restaurant vendors over here and just have these essentially be two, like, convenience stores instead of the restaurant back there, which I'm very happy with. Let me go back and check the restaurant again. Walking away from it yesterday, I was happy with it, but I was thinking, okay, does it need more seating? Does it whatever? No, it works great for a, I don't know, I don't like having you here. There we go. Move around. Keep moving. Keep doing your thing. Really happy with this as sort of its own pop-up stall sort of thing. And I was thinking, does it need more seating? But no, it's an airport restaurant. It's not supposed to have a lot of seating. It's not supposed to have a lot of seating. People are gonna come here, grab something on their way to wherever they need to get going after that. This is actually pretty good for what it is here. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and place a couple of convenience store setups here. Oh man. The one thing about wearing headphones all the time is that it can get rather annoying to do so. All right, we want restaurant. I'll try and get you as centered as I can. Okay, nice. Cool. Cool. That helps to go ahead and go ahead and actually separate all these into their own individual businesses. Okay. And what I like about the stall setup is that it gives us a small set that we can turn into a a properly cluttered, a well-decorated little shop, but we don't have to worry about it being a massive expanse of, like, if I had to decorate this whole section of the building all at once, that would be a little difficult for me to figure out what I was going to do with all of that, you know? It would be a little daunting as an idea. But this works well. This works very well. Also, I did skip over it. Hello, Damir. Thank you very much for the follow. Started broadcasting following. Okay. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to assume, Damir, that you're a bot, but I don't really do the whole follow for follow thing. That's not really, that's not how I do business here. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt of being a real person. But follow for follow is not really a sustainable business model, and nobody's actually there to watch your stuff. They're just like, you've got the raw numbers, but you don't have any of the actual results that those numbers bring. So, in the off chance that you are a person, not a bot, it's not a super smart practice. I would suggest not going for follow as a goal. Just because you have the appearance of a large fan base doesn't mean that you can actually draw in crowds. All right. There we go. The weather outside will be nice and clear. The time is day again, so I don't have a bunch of trouble with this. This guy, like, I think it's interesting that it's here, But I've got half a mind to just delete the Protectron. Because I didn't place it here. This was part of the rebuilt Boston Airport mod. This is not me. I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. Okay, I think the easiest to set up might be the convenience stores. Might be. It seems at that way at the very least. But these would be the easiest ones to go ahead and set up. Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to go into furniture, containers, no, sorry, not containers. Yeah, what am I thinking? There we go, appliances. There should be. No, there's not. Okay. Well, that's a bit annoying. Where would those have been? There we go. Vending machines. Alright, please don't be... Yay, you're not phasing through the back wall. Wonderful. Alright, we got our Nuka-Cola vending machine. Go in here and grab our Vim vending machine. Awesome. Still plenty of room for the NPC to navigate to their place of business, which is kind of important. And then on the wall, I can go ahead and put some shelving. Shelving is not my favorite thing to work with, but it is important. So we'll go ahead and do so. Ooh, those shelves are nice, but they're too large for what we need. So we'll just go with the home shelves. Yeah, these guys. And we'll go for one there, and we'll build the rest up as we continue. We'll start with just one for each. Right about the proper height. I'll bring this one up a little bit. All right, cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and start placing some objects. So, in a convenience store, what would I want to place? Mostly food-related items, of course. It is a, that's essentially most of what a convenience store sells. That's their largest profit margin. In fact, their profit margins are often not on gas if the convenience store is attached to a gas station. Only because, at least here in the U.S., we have terrible... we have terrible gas prices right now, which is well, it's not worth me getting into. I guess not really worth me getting into all that much, but it's stupid, is what it is. All right, let's go for some of the prepackaged food goods here. I'm not looking for. I mean, is this like a complete funnel cake already, or is this like ingredients for a Nuka World funnel cake? I don't know, that's not very descriptive. Like, I know here with the Blamco mac and cheese stuff, this is clearly the dry macaroni noodles and the cheese powder. Not a complete box of mac and cheese that has already been cooked, you know? Alright, Fancy Lad snack cakes, though. We'll place some of you up here. And... oh, come on. There we go. Very tightly packed together. All right. We could go... ooh, where... yeah, there we go. Dandy Boy apples. That's what I'm looking for. Where are those? These aren't that, but Buzz Bites could be interesting. Where are they? Did I pass them by? I probably passed them by at this point, right? Yes, I did. Okay, I don't know why they don't have a clean box of Dandy Boy apples. Apples so good they never go bad? That's not a good thing, though. Not a good thing. Your food should have an expiration date. And it should be, you know, within your lifetime. Hopefully sooner than that, but at the very least, at a point within your lifetime. Yeah, we'll go 2 sets of you. No Institute food packets. We'll go potato crisps, though. Yeah. Yeah, that's how you can tell whoever made the OC Decorator mod is probably British, as well as whoever put together the actual design for the potato chip canister. Even though, I mean, I know it's a Bethesda design, but whoever put that together must have been British, because we Americans would call them chips. Maybe that's why Fallout 4 is not a good game. No. I am actually very interested in trying out Fallout London. From what I've heard so far, it is the best Fallout game to come out since New Vegas, which is very funny. Very funny that a Bethesda mod is better than a Bethesda game, but that is right on point. Right on point. Good job, Bethesda, I guess. I don't know. Seriously though, I've been following the progress of Team Fall-On for a very, very long time, and I'm happy that Fallout London is doing well. I'll have to check it out. Definitely something I've been looking forward to checking out for a while. Alright, we've got room for a little something at the end there. Let's see, what else? What else would I put on this bottom shelf? Ooh, yes, gumdrops and gum. That's a great idea. We'll do that. We'll put the gumdrops, probably. Ooh, maybe not, depending on if I can get these placed without too much trouble. Alright, almost. Almost. Now the standard question, of course, is, well, what's going to be on the shelf above it? It's going to be different drinks that aren't in the vending machine. Alright, cool. Yeah, we'll do a drink shelf, and then if we do a third shelf, it will be a adult substances shelf. Alright, well, on beverages, let's go over to the Nuka-Cola stuff. Not the ice-cold ones. Here we go. It wouldn't be, you know, ice cold if they've been sitting out here on the shelf for a while. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to place the ice cold ones. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if Damir is a bot. But, you know, I'm not going to assume just because someone has bad grammar. Believe me, if having bad grammar was the threshold for being considered a bot, I've got lots of friends who would not have social media accounts. Alright, yeah, we'll go Nuka mix, Nuka berry. Yeah, we'll go Nuka mix. I love the old bottle design. I don't know why Bethesda thought that the bottle rocket design was a good idea. It just looks so weird on a shelf. Alright, we'll then go with Nuka-Cola Victory or... Yeah, we'll go... Ooh, do I want to go Nuka Wild or Nuka Victory? I think I want to go Nuka-Cola Wild. Yeah, throw in a little bit of that DLC content. Nuka Fancy, which doesn't have its own unique label. Very annoying. Oh, but Nuka Grape. Yes, grape soda, everyone's favorite soda. Everybody's favorite soda. Well, what I want to do here is I want to, you know, have them classic bottle, bottle rocket, classic bottle, bottle rocket. So I need something in a classic bottle shape next. Won't do Nuka Dark. No, that'll be on the top. Well, no, I probably won't even put that in here because that's alcohol. Probably not the best idea to sell alcohol at an airport. Just my guess. You know. My own personal biases, I get that. Man, the ice cold Nuka Cherry being the cool bottle, I like that. Okay. I'll go ahead and place some of these down. These are floating a little bit, which is something I'll have to work on. That is slightly bothersome. Alright, now we'll finish it off with some Quantum, because there is way too much Nuka-Cola Quantum in Fallout 4 for me not to go ahead and just stack it on the shelves. This super rare substance, guys. I should go and actually see how many Nuka-Cola Quantums I have stacked up in my home base. I should go check that out. That'd be funny. Okay, cool. Now, about how many units are these floating? Oh, well, that's nice. 1 unit. And then these are by 2 units. No, it's 2 units for all of them. Okay. There we go. And these last 4. This is the tedious part, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Ooh, okay. Okay, cool. Now, yeah, we'll do a top shelf. Why not? We'll do a top shelf, and it will just be, you know, adult substances. Things that children shouldn't have ease of access to anyway. Even though I've placed them in every single home in the game. Well, mostly. I've not put a ton of alcohol in each of the places, but cigarettes, absolutely, all over the place in my game. All right, we'll stack some cartons. In order to get the name instead of just the logo, I need to stack them front to back instead of back to front. Very annoying, but okay. That's fine. We'll go for a bunch of them stacked high as well. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? No, not at all. That's really annoying. Okay. Fine then. We'll go for that, and then we'll go for a bunch of packs as well. In case people don't want to, you know, they smoke, but they're not that much of a smoker. They only smoke a pack a day, not a carton. Alright, can these stack on top of each other? Survey says... Hell no. Okay. Well then. Lots of fun. Lots of fun getting these guys in order. At least I can order them properly. And that's always nice. All right, just about 2 hours in. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like I burned a lot of that time just sitting and talking instead of actually doing something, which is probably true. Not that this was going to be a one-day project anyway, because of all of the different little things we needed to design. Sometimes I feel like I could be more productive, though, which is probably true. Probably very true. Alright, and then, yeah, we'll also grab some ashtrays. There we go. Do I want to do more? Part of me wants to. Oh, that's what we'll do. Yeah, we'll sell flip lighters. We'll go for the unused ones, I guess. I wish that the flip lighters, their default would be, you know, closed as a model instead of opened, because it looks like, oh, you're just asking for trouble this way. Then again, you needed to install a mod to have smokable cigars and cigarettes, which is weird. You'd think that that's a thing that they would just make a mechanic out of, given all the other mechanics that they put into the games and people don't use. All right, that's good. That's good. 4 bots reported. At least a simple matter to display weapons. Just put up a display thing for them and hang them. Yeah, that is nice. That is nice. Actually, my favorite... Okay, so this is something I did on one of the streams for my previous settlement build for Jamaica Plain. The VOD of it is up on the VODs channel on YouTube, but I was building out the armor and weapons store, and I had the brilliant idea to go ahead and use console commands to rotate the weapon the weapon display 90 degrees. So I had the back wall of weapons. They were all standing. They were all actually as if they were standing on the butts of the guns instead of just hanging there on the wall. Looked really cool. I was very happy with it. Very happy with the way it came out. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and put some posters in here. Yeah, we'll do some posters, and then I think that will be good for this one. Wasn't there... I guess maybe there wasn't. Huh. I thought there would have been more posters for kid-related stuff, like snacks or whatever. But no. I guess not. We got Sugar Bombs. We got Nuka-Cola, and we got Slocum's Joe, but that's not really what I'm looking for here. Definitely none of the propaganda ones, as funny as they are. Not looking for the propaganda ones. Oh well. We love Silver Shroud, that's for sure. There we go. We got all the superhero posters up. That's alright. Then here's what I'll do. I will put the clock, because we do need a clock in this section. I'll put the clock over here instead. Try and center it, and then set scale 1.5. There we go. That looks good. Awesome. Now, I guess from inside the stalls you probably can't see it unless you're like right in the doorway. But that's fine. That's not a major problem. Alright, in here, this is the Nuka-Cola one, so I'll put all the Nuka-Cola related, related merchandise, other than, of course, the drinks. I'll put all the Nuka-Cola related things in here. Oh, that'd be interesting if I could spell Nuka, but no. Oh well. Where would that have been? Would that have been in, No, that would have been, I think, in the household items, right? Way down here towards the end. Yeah, okay, we're getting towards that. There we go. No, I can do better than that. Much better than that. I can... Oh, come on. There we go. That gives us more space for sure. Let's go ahead and place some other Nuka-Cola related things down here. I guess we'll go with the mugs, yeah. Sure. If they have the same model and different texture, then I should be able to... Yep, there we go. Get 6 of these guys in here. Odd object placement, but okay. And yeah, we'll go for a couple of race cars. All right. All right, now in the second row, I'll go through and I'll place more Nuka-Cola drinks and stuff. I don't think I'll do a third row. I don't think we need a third row for this. Probably not. Yeah, and then we'll put a bunch of posters as well. Yeah. Alright, yeah, we'll just go for all the ice cold ones. Why not? Gonna go with our cherry. In fact, what we'll do is we'll place the non-standard Nuka-Cola flavors. So, cherry, quantum, grape, victory, you know, all the ones that that aren't just generic Nuka-Cola. We'll place all those. We'll place grape next. Because grape soda is it certainly is one of the flavors of all time. I will give it that. It is one of the flavors of all time. Alright, Nuka Quartz. Yeah, we'll go with Nuka Quartz. And then Wild, and then Victory. And then Quantum. Oh geez, what is up with that? We got Victory. And at the very end, Quantum. All right. No, that can go up by 1. Yeah. 6, not 7. Okay, good. Got that. Now let's see. What other Nuka-Cola related things can we place in here? Of course, we're going to place the posters. Let's go for those posters. There we go. The enlarged posters. I like that. And then there's no propaganda posters that are like food propaganda, you know? That would be interesting. Food propaganda? Are you kidding me? That'd be awesome. I mean, it's something we face all the time anyway. And all kinds of food propaganda. But no, we don't have any interesting looking food propaganda posters. I love that this clock doesn't work at all. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with those two. All right. And do I want? I should have figured this out earlier. Do I want to place any wallpapers for these guys? I'm thinking we go the red and white checkerboard for the Nuka-Cola one. Here we go. We go wallpapers. Shared interior. We grab the nice half slab bits first, or the half height bits rather. Yeah. I think I like that. Alright, here's what we'll do. Go like that. And then we go with you. That way all the objects stay in place. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. That's more like it. That's more like it. Okay. And we'll go blue checkerboard in here because it's the Vim. It's the Vim setup. What I do like is that even though it's the Vim, they're still selling a bunch of Nuka-Cola because it's a lot more popular in the Commonwealth than Vim. Yeah, we'll go with the blue and white. All right. What do you mean by WTF? Please explain. I like it. All right, we need some names for these. Need some names for these convenience stores. I'm thinking, well, the Nuka-Cola one's easy. We call it Nuka Break and give a nod to a great YouTube series that should have been the format for the show instead of what we got. So we got Nuka Break for the Nuka-Cola convenience store, and then what do we get for Vim? What do we get for Vim? Oh, there's a chat filter? Okay, I'll have to go and check the bot settings when we're done here. Yeah, I'll have to go and check the bot settings when we're done here for a chat filter. I don't know what it would be filtering out. There's been a lot of stuff that's been said in these streams. So, not sure why it would need filtering, but yeah, I'll check it when we're done. All right. So, yeah, let's start with the Nuka sign. You had 4 companions with you, 2 from vanilla and 2 added with mods. Modded companions are missing. Oof. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks. Okay, so there might be a way to fix that. If you can find, well, there's one thing, of course. There is the option of going to an older save for part of what I'm about to suggest. But if you can, if you can either find the character ID, so that means you go into console command, you select you use the mouse, you click on it, and then whatever the code is that comes up, that's the ID. If you can find the character ID for the companion that's missing, then what you do, I'll show you with the police Protectron bot. It's somewhere around here. Okay, I'll show you how this works. So their ID is 66002C64. So you're going to type 66002C64, period, move to space player. And then no matter where they're at, they'll move to you. So that's what you do. Here's what you do. You load an older... So you have your new save. You load an older save, click on Heather, find out what her ID is, and then type down that ID. Load the newer save, go into the console, type the ID, period, move to space player, and then they'll be right there with you. That should be a solution to your problem. Hopefully. At the very least, that is what would work for me if I had those issues. I also have a mod that allows me to teleport my companions to me if I need to, without using console commands, but I don't have any modded companions, so I don't know how well that would work. It's better. It's better. It's not perfect, but it's going to be difficult to get perfect with this. Alright, I like that. But what do I name the Vim convenience store? What do I name the Vim convenience store? I'm taking name suggestions, ladies and gentlemen, while I go ahead and sneeze off camera. Alright, we're back. We are back. I have a thing of paper towels next to me because for so long I thought, you know what? No, I'll just have the tissues because you know that's what they're built for sneezing into them, and you know they when you're really sick and you're just draining all of your snot and mucus and stuff. Like if your skin ends up getting raw, it's got less of a chance of doing that with tissue papers. But then I started actually sneezing into them, and tissue paper is just terrible at actually being durable in any capacity, so I needed 5 or 6 of them. So paper towels just work better. I like Vim Refreshment Lounge. That's a great name. That's a great name. We'll definitely go Vim Refreshment Lounge. And for Bulldozer, I do hope that that my suggestion has been helpful. Okay, 11. Oh boy. Okay, well. Barely doesn't fit properly, but that's okay. Oh no, it's U and N. Those are the ones that needed to be centered. Great. We love it. Okay, there she is. Wonderful. Well, I'm glad she's back. Bethesda is as Bethesda does. There's never not going to be bugs that need to be fixed, and it'll never work exactly perfectly, but I'm glad that she's back. That is good. Alright, what do we got? We got about 25-ish minutes before I need to be done for today, so that I can render and upload and get all this stuff taken care of tonight, instead of tomorrow morning at like 2 in the morning. Not my preferred plan there. I'm gonna leave the rest of these for tomorrow's stream when I've got a bit more energy and some better ideas for how I want to design each of these. The convenience store ones we're going to be convenience store ones anyway, and that works great. But what we will do is we've got all this seating back here. Here's what we'll do. We'll place some electronics that I will need to get the name of. Oh, no, it's not going to be in there. It's going to be in... Where would that be? Would that be in the SOE tab somewhere here? Or would that have been... No, that would be Furniture SOE. No, not miscellaneous. Alright, was it? Yeah, Decorations SOE Electronics. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Would love to go ahead and place a few of these guys around. Alright, now why would I be placing these? Well, this is, this second floor here is essentially a travel hub. So the idea is that these are going to, let the travelers know what's going on with their travel plans. Whether their ship and or air transport, if they're taking those things, is on its way, and if not, then when their caravan gets here that they can travel with, because it is always safer to travel in groups, especially in the Wasteland. Especially in the Wasteland outside of governed territory. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna place, you know what? I don't need to place these so close together. We can have one spot in between, which means I can then use you as a spacer to go ahead and govern the rest of these. Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll do that, and we'll do that on both sides. Ooh, I am getting a Discord call that I cannot answer because I'm currently streaming. Lovely. I know what he's going to want to talk about, and sadly, I simply do not have the time to do so. Alright, yeah, we'll go like that then. If there's, yeah, if that's the spacing of it, then okay. That's the spacing of it. I like it. I like it. We'll do that on the other side now. Come on. Okay, there we go. I would do this with console commands if we were properly aligned on the XY axis to do so. I say that every time, I know. I'm sure everyone is bored of hearing me say it at this point. Now we got 5 on that side. I believe that's 5 on both now, right? Yes, awesome. Okay. Okay, the spacing might not be exactly perfect for the two sets, but that's fine. That is fine. I love it. That looks great. All right, we've got just about 15 minutes left. Just around 15 minutes left for today. And look at that. If you look at the settlement build limit there, it actually looks like there's a chunk that's taken out of it now after we expanded it all that range, which is nice. Okay, how does this look so far? You come up the steps. You get the stalls right away. I like it. You go either side to get some seating. Then what do I want to do with this main section here in the middle? Just so I can plan for the future. What do I want that to be? Whatever I do, it's probably a smart idea that I go ahead and close off this section back here. I'm not trying to get the Brotherhood walking through this section. So how will I do this? What I'll do is we'll go in here to, come on, shell kit, interior clean. Alright, that's about even. Alright, we're going to need you next. Oh yeah, you're not going to want to do that. Okay. And here's what we'll do. We'll build you in the sky and then slot you into place. Yeah, how does that sound? All right. Wonderful. All right, great. And then to go ahead and really close this off, we're going to need to place some half walls on either side, right? Z500 again, and we'll place the half walls. Should be just enough space on either side for these guys. All right. And if not, I'm going to be kind of annoyed. Okay, they do stick out a little bit. That is not what I was looking for. However, is that anything someone's going to be looking for? Probably not. So at the end of the day, it's not my biggest concern. Now with that wall there, I can go ahead and put doors in. I can put a sign up there that says authorized personnel only. I don't even have to write that in lettering. I've got signs that say that already. I can just expand the size of the sign. And yeah, we'll go about it that way. We'll put a wallpaper on it though. Definitely put some wallpapers. So that it doesn't look like it's easily destroyed like plaster. What we'll go for is a concrete look to it. I'm thinking we go, yeah, this guy. Awesome. Nice and fortified. Wonderful. I love it. I love it. All right, let's find ourselves a set of double doors here, if we can. On structures, doors, security. Really? No, we've had this conversation. There's no security double doors, are there? Which is extremely bothersome to me. That's okay. We'll go with those then. They're the auto-close ones anyway, so... Not my biggest concern at the end of the day. And then... but if they were doors that didn't have any, you know, didn't have any window in them, I would prefer that. If they were security doors that didn't have any window in them. What about the metal ones? What do we have here in metal doors? Oh yes, I do like these. I do like those a lot. Okay. They don't fit perfectly to the frame, but that is okay. Sorry, my man. You're not getting through there. Is that where you break? Because you can't get in there? No? Okay, good. Thank you. No, the gap does bother me. The gap does bother me quite a lot. Okay, we'll go back to the security doors then. Yep, okay. That's fine. That is fine. Got those. Oh, that's why. That's where they show. It happens. It happens. I'd rather not have them show, but at the end of the day, it's not the biggest problem if they do. We'll put a sign up there. Decorations, wall decorations. No, not wall decorations. We want signs. Informational. I mean, government property would be accurate, but that's not what I'm looking for. There we go, restricted area, that's the sign. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, that works well. That works quite well. Okay. Yes, here's what we'll do. We'll place some more lights. Some more wall lights. We'll go for these guys. I do like these guys a lot. These are pretty nice. Yup. Okay, nice. Beautiful. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Don't know why our thing was lingering on that object there, but whatever. That's all right. All right, cool. Let's see, we've got just about 3 minutes left. What am I gonna grab for the screenshot in here? How's that gonna go? Oh, I like that so much better. Oh, it bothers me that I like that a lot better, but that's the way it is. Okay. Cool. No, I'll just grab these guys here, right? All right, and then I think we'll go for one low angle shot as well. Maybe just a head on. That way we can see what's inside both of them. I go for 2 screenshots each just in case there's a problem. Usually I do it with exterior shots so that I can get, you know, all the beautiful golden hour lighting just right. Like if there's a flag waving, I can get the right angle of the flag, all that kind of stuff. All right. Wonderful. Well, that works very, very well. I'm glad with all the progress that we have made. It's not as much progress as I expected us to make today, but also more progress than I ended up really thinking we could make when I really started working on it. I feel like I'm going slower in this whole build process than I usually do, and I don't like that, largely because I don't want this series to take 50 episodes on Boston Airport as well, because it's not a large enough settlement to need 50 episodes. But also, I feel like I've been doing this for 72 episodes now. I should be pretty confident about this. I should be pretty consistent. It shouldn't take me all that long to get my vision out there and completed. But I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, not sure. Just feel like it takes more time than it necessarily needs to. We're probably going to be doing 3 or 4 episodes on the terminal because we've got the other shops to do. Got the other shops to do, and then we've got to figure out what's going on in this section here. And we got to figure out what's going on in this this wide open section there, and then we've got the entire embassy floor to work on down here. So yeah, we've got a lot. We've got a lot to do. A lot to do. Probably 3 or 4 episodes for the terminal, and then I have to figure out what else we're doing. I got to figure out some housing for the people who work at the embassy and work in these shops and aren't... I'm really tempted. Here's what I will do. We'll go shut down for now. There we go. Thank you. I need to figure out housing for people who aren't Brotherhood members, but who are living here and working at the embassy and in the terminal shops upstairs. Because we've got all the Brotherhood housing taken care of. We've got the bunk houses, and we've got, of course, the Pridwin. But that's all behind a secondary protected layer for the setup here. Inside this main section here, I should also probably put up some caravan shops. Yes, some caravan shops would go nice. But I need to figure out, where am I going to place embassy housing? Where's that going to be? Where is that going to be? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm still working on it, though. But I love the sign. I love the sign. Yeah. Very happy with the way this turned out. I was wondering, how am I going to do this? I got to figure a way to cover this whole section and make it not look, super out of place, but now the white back for the gun display works perfectly as a material to put the sign on. Wonderful. Okay, that's basically all for today. Let me go ahead and make a manual save inside the setup that we've got here. That way I don't make the same mistakes I made like last week, I guess. Yeah, okay. Double save, just because you can never be too certain. All right, well, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. For those of you who have been watching live and you're new, consider following me here on Kick if you aren't already. And if you're interested in watching the rest of the build series or either of the build tour videos, if you just want to see the completed video, the completed work itself, you can head on over to my VODs channel on YouTube, which is CN Games, or just youtube.com/@CN_games, and all of it's right there. I've got playlists for the builds as well as the settlement tours themselves, I believe. I should have playlists for the settlement tours themselves, as well as a whole bunch of other games that I've played. I've got all of the Batman Arkham games. I did a whole long series on those. I've got, I think, 15-ish episodes on GTA, if you want to go check that out. Lots of Helldivers stuff that I haven't gotten back to because that game makes me angry when I don't do well in it, and that's the only game that does, and that bothers me, and I'd rather not put myself in that position because I don't like being angry when I play games that I have fun with. But yeah, lots of stuff going on over there. Hey, thank you very much, Bulldozer Man. That's a great way to end the stream. For those of you who are watching on the VODs channel, thank you for doing so. Consider leaving a like, commenting, subscribing, and turning on notifications, because those things are the best way to help me grow at doing this. I've received a lot of great support already, so thank you guys for doing so. If you guys would like to name any of the things that I've built here that I don't have names for yet, like the restaurant, I don't have a name for the restaurant yet. Go ahead and leave a comment in any of the VODs, because I'll get a notification for the comment. Go ahead and just leave a comment about the name you suggest for the restaurant, and I'll go ahead and take it into consideration. I'd love to get my my audience involved in this. Ranger Bravo, who is a live viewer, has named several things that are now in the that are now in these settlements, and will live on in the lore continuously. So, you know, it's a great way for me to show some appreciation to you guys. In the descriptions of each of the VODs, if you want to know the settlement mods that I'm using, I have the whole list of all of the settlement mods that I'm currently using just listed out there. I don't have links to all of them because those links can get kind of annoying to handle, but just the names of them that you can type into Nexus mods or the Bethesda mod page, whatever, and you can just find them there. Install them however you do. I play on PC, so these mods all work on PC. I can guarantee they work there. I can't necessarily guarantee that they all work on consoles all of the time. But beyond that, you'll also find links to social media stuff if you feel like checking me out there, and then ways you can support me monetarily, if that's your sort of thing. And YouTube gets none of the cut, because I know YouTube puts ads on my VODs, and I don't get a cut of those because I'm not a big enough channel to monetize my own content yet. And even after I do, they will get a percentage of whatever that happens to be. So if you don't want YouTube to get a percentage cut of my my viewership, if you don't want them to get a percentage cut of your money, then you know, help me out in those other ways if that's your kind of thing. But what I'm really trying to say is, with all your guys' support, thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow, approximately our regular bat time of 4:30 Central, if all goes well, because I've got a little bit of a busy schedule tomorrow, but definitely the same bat channel. All right, have a good one.